want more G's than the L. I 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 want more G's than the L.
Good evening and welcome to Baltic eSports League Season 1, Week 8, the concluding day of Week 8, as we're going to have full CSGO day. You're joined by, once again, MV and, of course, V. And we could probably jump right into the schedule and see what we saw this week and what we're going to see today. So, quickly, a small recap. Team Refuse versus Žalgiris. A result that we were not expecting, but it went 2-0.
Yeah, we thought it's just going to be a closer game, but Team Refuse once again showing extreme resilience there and just taking a very convincing win over Team Žalgiris.
That was the case there, but then we saw XGR eSports versus Aesthetic, where XGR finally got the 2-0, kind of running away from that elimination.
Yeah, they broke their own curse and managed to secure a 2-0 win. As for Aesthetic, well, it looks like we'll have to say goodbye for this part of the tournament, and hopefully we'll see them in the next season. Obviously, I think, do they still have one more match?
They still have Week 9 to play, so they still have 2 games to play. Maybe they can rack a win there, just so they don't finish with it. Oh, how much is it? 18?
Well, it's currently 0-16, I think.
Yes,
so yeah, hopefully it doesn't go to 0-20? 18. 18, okay.
Yes.
So
hopefully that's not going to be the case, but then you saw Vortex against Vaz, the game which was kind of weird because Vaz never stopped their aggression, just went with it.
So I think we discussed plenty last night that we came to the conclusion that they probably were just having fun, as obviously they had secured their required position, so they don't really care about those points that much. And well, accordingly, threw away slightly too many rounds on Cobble there, and eventually Vortex got their win against one of the Titans, and then unfortunately lost the second map.
And today we're going to...
Yeah, lost the second map, sorry.
Yeah, they did. And today we're going to see MALCO against SkinLordz, a matchup that we've been waiting, Latvian duel, which should be really hot with action. Maybe some word exchange as well.
Yeah, there's most likely going to be word exchanges, and I feel like there's going to be a similar scenario as we saw yesterday, where there were plenty of knife attempts and also plenty of them succeeded. So I would expect nothing less coming out of this match, as obviously both teams are equally pressured here on this match, and they need those points extremely in order for them to secure the required positions.
Because we were talking about it. So if MALCO win it 2-0, they drop out SkinLordz from that big 4 and they themselves move into that one.
Correct,
that position. So it's going to be a really tough match for both of the teams. And then after that, we're going to see Team Spy versus Not Like This. We already mentioned yesterday and today as well. That game should go 1-1, we're thinking.
Theoretically, it should go 1-1. I feel like also it's going to be, as we spoke yesterday, slightly map dependent, as Spy have only played, well, realistically only 3 maps, but we're bound to see at least one of them, I feel like, and then we'll see whatever Not Like This feel comfortable with.
That is the case, but let's jump into standings to see which teams can manage still to get into that top 4 and what will it take for them to do so. As we already talked about, Team Refuse and Vaz Sports, they've secured the spots, and now it's the battle for 3rd and 4th place. Vortex yesterday, since they got that one game, jumped from the 4th place towards the 3rd.
Yeah.
And here we can see as well the 4th and 6th place, the matchup that we're going to see today. Both teams can manage to stay in that or get to that top 4.
Correct, yes. So I feel like MALCO are going to be extremely pressured here in terms of they need these points if they want to make it to the LAN finals, as well as for SkinLordz. They're only 3 points apart from XGR Sports there, so they need those points accordingly to secure their position in the top 4.
And finally, we see XGR eSports a bit closer to that top 4, which we thought at the beginning of the season that they should perform better, but they're all the time at the bottom of the standings with those 1-1s and few 0-2s. But here in the week 9, I believe, which they already played the game, but in week 9, I believe they can still manage to get that spot if SkinLordz don't win against MALCO, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
But they're going to be still a point or 2 behind the top 4, no? If MALCO take it, they're going to have...
I'm checking, it's not adding up, so I believe they still have a chance if MALCO beats SkinLordz 2-0. Maybe that will be the case. But we'll see that after that. And here we see Žalgiris eSports, which we thought should get that top 4. At least when me and Gekons were casting, we thought, okay, that team is bound to be in that top 4. Their play was so great. They're almost unbeatable at one stage. But then playing against Refuse, it was a bit difficult.
Yeah, so it was just a too difficult matchup for them, obviously showing that currently they're not really at least not in the top 2 worthy, but theoretically still they should have been able to be in closer to top 4 position currently. Well, theoretically they're only 1 point behind MALCO, so it's not like they're miles apart, but still in general I feel like they should have been higher. Yeah,
definitely. And after that we can see not like this versus Team Sply, the matchup that we're going to see today. If Team Sply take it 2-0, they will get themselves out from that elimination spot and drop down. Not like this. But not like this. They need to win only 1 map to secure, at least to be safe here in week 8, and then week 9 prove everyone else wrong, that they're not to be eliminated.
Yeah, exactly. So I really hope to see something like that actually happening, because obviously it would make things slightly more interesting, and would just switch up the standings currently, as they tend to be slightly stagnated actually.
In a way, exactly. And then we see Aesthetic at the bottom. Well. They are at the bottom, you know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But for now, let's check out the matchup. So MALCO versus SkinLordz. We do have a stand-in for SkinLordz, and as well a new addition, which we thought would play in week 7, I believe, but now in week 8, Preliden is going to play with SkinLordz, and I think that kind of could be a problem for MALCO.
Most definitely, as Preliden actually has a lot of experience playing every single one of those players that's on MALCO, as well as Preliden in general seems to be a huge threat against teams that are on the level of MALCO, as he's obviously been always 1 step ahead of them most of the time. So it will be very important for MALCO to shut him down early, and knowing that the maps are going to be Train and Mirage, Preliden's AVP should be a huge factor in this matchup. Especially.
Oh yeah, in Train, it will be just so sick. And I think even on City side, they can grab 3 ops, and they have 3 outstanding op players on that team. And as well, the stand-in Liney, he's going to stand in the place of who it was. Can you recall?
Elvis G.
Elvis G, yes. So he won't play today. He's going to be Liney in his spot. On the other side, we have hopefully the full lineup of MALCO, as when they get that full lineup, they have their game going.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be that easy for SkinLordz, at least on Mirage.
At least on Mirage for sure. In terms of Train, it really depends what MALCO are planning on doing on terms of terrorist side.
So we're going to see that after a while, but what I want to remind you about the giveaway that we're going to have after today's game. So be sure to check out the stream at the end, and of course all through, because that kind of gives you more chance to win the tickets for both days to Hypertown Riga Festival. And if you don't know what that is, please go check out hypertown.pro website, where you can see all the information, all the events that are going to happen there, because there's so much stuff to do, and 2 days is going to be filled with action.
It's going to be a festival, as it says, so definitely don't want to miss that one, especially the fact that I don't think something on that level has actually been here before.
Never.
So I am expecting to see a lot of people.
Hopefully you're going to see that. Hopefully you're going to see you there. But for now, small commercial break, and after that, Train between MALCO and SkinLordz. Welcome back. We are ready to jump into train between MALCO and SkinLordz. All players are ready. The knife round should begin soon. But before that, I want to hear your number predictions. How this is going to go.
I'm going to say this is going to go 16-12 in favor of SkinLordz.
I would say 16-11 in favor of SkinLordz. But we're both on SkinLordz side on this map at least. Let's see if our predictions come true as the knife round has begun. And you definitely want to start on that CT side. And I believe SkinLordz, well, they are pretty good on train, but starting on T side still will kind of slow them down because MALCO will be good on CT side, I believe.
Yeah, but I feel like SkinLordz have more ideas in terms of what you can potentially do on T side in train. It is still a rotation-heavy map, obviously, so as long as you play good enough fakes or just make sure to keep CTs intact in one single place, you can always theoretically outnumber your opponent when you're taking the site. So I feel like that's going to be a valuable factor here. Just want to see how this is going to go for MALCO, as they are actually going to be starting on the terrorist side here, and SkinLordz will be on CT.
So a great start will begin for SkinLordz right now, but maybe let's see, as Warden and Irix, they both buy some utility for this round. So this will be a set play, I believe, or at least some positions smoked off for MALCO, and already Displex heading towards middle. One of the strong aimers on the MALCO side, and here Viscas takes down Liney, who was trying to push towards the side, but there is 2 kills already for the side of MALCO, as Rav has finally found one. Captain with the kill back, as he's still trying to get the kills, and now Husky is still waiting in connector, and here Rav's getting pushed, and Figley will take him down. Already 2 kills for him, as now the retake should begin by Husky and Captain.
You can see Husky here only on 1 HP, and Captain going through backlines, seeing if he can find a player in Ivy, as most likely there's going to be at least one there. Slightly gets tangled up there as he manages to find a player, but doesn't land any deadly shots just yet, as he only barely touches the shoulder of Whiskas, and there is not a lot of time, so they need to make this kill happen.
And Captain was almost fully flashed before he went in, and we can see SkinLordz, they don't have the kit. Maybe it's dropped somewhere in the side, but now find the players and get the TQ is going to be pretty tough, since Viscas now drops down 1, and I believe he knows where Husky is as he's dropping down. Not only he sees him, but still managed to get the kill, and 3 kills for him as MALCO take the first round.
A great round from MALCO. They instantly deleted 2 players on a site, so both players going down gave no option of any refrag, and the site was already basically taken at that stage, and then later on...
And Ravas as well pushed in so deep inside he couldn't do too much, and he was then overpowered by 2 players.
He was actually sandwiched in, yeah, so... great job from MALCO. Let's see how SkinLordz decide to respond. As actually Husky is going to be pushing up close here and into B. Here's the players, managed to deal some damage, but will go down without any kills. And that is going to be the rotation called for, as all CT players are now going towards B and seeing if they can stop this push.
As you can see, Viscas has found already Rav finding the next player, but he runs out of bullets. Now with the Glock, he's going to miss the shot. As Preladin, he jumps up. He's going to see 2 players. Seeing the player in the side, he can get the UMP. He's getting boxed out, and Captain with the Deagle. He has to do a lot of work here, as Preladin's already found the second player with the CZ. And now a 2-on-3 as they're moving up forward. Captain looking for a kill. He's going to find Warden. And now Preladin still going to come back. Still going to look for a retake. He's going to see the player, but Displex will win in that duel. And now 9 HP Captain. Only thing he can do here is basically save the Deagle for the next round.
Let's see if he does manage to spot the player here, as I feel like he understands that someone still might push, but it doesn't look like the push will be there. And as I say that, yeah, he's going to save in connector. So Captain here is going to be happy to hold on to the Deagle, as obviously the next following round should be at least a complete save coming out from them. And then accordingly, they'll be able to use nades to try to stop these pushes. So far, MALCO look on point. I feel like they're very organized, and they're very dedicated. Once they hit a site, they eventually, they don't really run around the map uselessly
they don't pressure SkinLordz too much when they drop inside, but this could maybe be the only eco rounds they don't do that. As we know, MALCO could be really aggressive, so let's see if they find anything. As it's going to be fast push towards Ivy here, and it's going to be Captain looking for the kill, but as now they're going to push on forward. It's going to be Husky with 1 headshot looking for the next one. The USPS is doing its job, but it's going to be only Preladin left here alive, and he almost stays down this place, but
so
still.
Unfortunate for Husky there that he couldn't manage to land the final blow on him, because that was an excellent use of once again baiting by his own teammate there and just baiting into him. So as you can see, there also was no information for MALCO that the player that's killing him is actually behind. You know, so it shows that information might not actually be there at all times for MALCO, and that's very crucial. And see if we can, see if SkinLordz can take advantage of that fact. As you It is going to be a slow round from both teams. Nobody really too eager to push very aggressive. Captain peeking into terrorist main here, doesn't find anyone just yet. So they are going to start worrying about an either Ivy or a drop-down play here.
We can see it's even Husky. He usually plays that Ivy position, but this time he's going towards B. He's going to be solo there. Usually see Rav or Elvis G towards that side. So SkinLordz, they have changed some things up, and now Husky, he's supposed to players, and the Malta won't do any damage to MALCO as they were not looking to rush in just yet.
Yeah, the rotation already has come through.
And the double smoke from SkinLordz. That's a miscommunication there, as Husky and Preliden both decided to smoke off the lower part.
The contact should be there any second now. Warden, they're just making sure nobody is flanked behind, as they still seem to be very determined to take this B site and test if Husky can hold this.
This is Preliden's even now going away towards the A site, but now he has to rotate back as all the Molotovs come through. The set play is on from MALCO, and Husky, he already spotted one player up on the heaven, and now as they're dropping in, Husky's going to get only one player, and Preliden also going down. The quick rotation did not work out for SkinLordz as Figley finds Rav as well. And Alini, at least he found one of the players, but there's still 3 more to find. And this stage, since you won't have that buy round next round, you want to have that M4 in your hands. Although now 1v2 and one player is low.
Yeah, but Laney doesn't have the kit, so he's just going to be saving at this stage. Obviously, devastating news for SkinLordz, as they seem to be really eager to take this very first round, but the trades just didn't went their way. Even with the information, you can see Prelden slightly undecisive. They're being pulled back from B side by the nades going towards A. So that most likely played a huge role as 3 terrorist players decided to enter B from that top position there. So great work once again coming out from MALCO. They have definitely prepared for this match, and they're eager to get more rounds on their side. It is already 4-0, so if they get at least one more round, I feel like they're going to start to feel comfortable, and that's probably where we'll also see some mistakes. So you sort of think MALCO will kind of lose it under the pressure? I feel like they're just going to start to relax after they gain 5 rounds on terrorist sides. That's usually what happens on trains here. As you can see, Raw being spotted actually, and will be smoked off as the terrorists seem to go for this A side and favorite. Oh, and Iris through the smoke has found already Preliden. And as we can see, Rav, he can't do too much. He almost gets taken down through the smoke. And as captain, he was in the sights, well, not in sight, around the green train, but still was taken down. As Husky now close range, he can see the player, but he can't take the kill with the CZ. Only 3 bullets left as he now needs to reload, but there's going to be a player pushing forward, and he can't deal with Irix. Laney actually finds Irix here through the smoke, but still too many players are remaining here. Not entirely sure about this peak here, as he is on 15 HP and is forced to save once again this weapon, and they need to desperately find a counterplay. So this should probably be the time where SkinLordz should start talking about pushing somewhere together to gain at least some amount of control. I mean, Ivy is still a viable option there. You can see they're not really taking or showing too much aggression from MALCO towards Ivy early on. So potentially SkinLordz can find out a lot of things by it. But Laney actually managed to find Figley here at the end. So doing some economical damage, but not many rounds yet. And 5-0 so far. Yeah, and SkinLordz, they decide to, if they want to get back in the game, they're going to pick up 2 ups. So 1 on Prelad and 1 on the captain. And as I said, MALCO with all 5 AKs. Let's see if they change the pace of the game, because they should know that SkinLordz are bound to pick up the ops. And the only way to shut them down early on is to rush them. And Preliden won't find any player here just yet peeking into Team A, and as captain checked upper B and has decided to fall back and just hold from a longer distance, make sure that he's not going to be pushed down at any moment in time. So we do have Irix here with the bomb still above the drop zone, so they're just holding once again, making sure no pushes are happening and understanding that it is a very dangerous potential at the moment, as captain will actually find Viskas here towards the upper B. And that was an unfortunate shoulder peek from Viskas there. He couldn't, I believe from his point of view, he didn't even see captain and he already died. That could have been the case, knowing how fast captain is, but that up. We can see MALCO, they're kind of sitting up for that A play. They're now trying to fake B, but it's going to be Husky looking for the information. If he just goes a bit deeper in, he can see that no one is here. This is a fake, and this should be captain rotating as he is now. Yeah, captain's already fallen back to that connector position, once again peeking into main and making sure that he's going to be very well prepared for the players to come through. Raw actually here, let's see if he can get the timing right on the flanking player. He can't. Figley wins that one and can now freely move into the Ivy.
As we can see also, Alex dropped down into the pop dog zone and they can now take the ace site. Let's see if this one will work out as Figley, he's gonna get the kill. He's looking for the kill on Laney, but he can't get it. There's still Captain in the site with the yaw, but he's the closest player to them and he's gonna miss that shot. And now Husky from the back lines as well as Laney from the other side. So Husky has spotted one player already. He's gonna take down Irix here, but he instantly gets shut down, 13 HP. As now with that flash, how much can he do? As Laney now has to find two players basically on his own. As he's going to see one, he's going to take down Displex and only Warden will be left. But we know Warden, how good he is in those tight situations, and both players are low. So let's see if he can take it, as he's going to not see Liney at the right time.
He managed to land the crosshair placement, but unfortunately no bullets went the right directions, and accordingly Laney managed to sneak a kill on him. A very important round for SkinLordz here, and as I said, 5-0, and the first round goes in favor of SkinLordz. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Well, yeah, it seems like the two ops worked out, although I didn't believe Prelden got too much luck with it. He was shut down almost instantly. But now this kind of sets up MALCO for possible economic reset. But the same for SkinLordz, as you can see, MALCO, their money is not at the best spot.
Yes, so extremely crucial round here, and once again, MALCO players will be favoring slightly more these B apartments, as Figley taking a lot of damage from the nade and Molotov. I think the nade actually blocked him and he got stuck in the Molotov on top of it.
That could have been the case. But let's see, I like the SkinLordz have now starting to play a bit closer positions. Liney before was not going for that pop dog position. He was waiting right around the electric box and it did not work out. But now we're seeing even they put two players towards this position.
And the bomb, along with two other players, is heading towards B, as actually will be joined now by Warden. So they look like they're going to challenge Husky once again, and they want to see how badly does the guard dog want to take hold of the B site.
Oh. That's a nice one. So let's see, Prelden has also rotated so he can get that first initial kill. So they're putting two players towards B, but you can see already he has rotated back, but probably going to play just from the connector position. Check that upper one. And here did Liney and Rav push, but Rav, he's going to find Figley, and now it's going to be pushed towards the B site, coming in any second now as the flashes go through. And they will be ready, but Husky's going to get one Prelden as well with Yabes. Found the player now pushing forward, didn't see to them, but Warden through the smoke finds him in the end. But Husky, he's unkillable, 2 kills, and now Warden gets the kill back. But all 3 players on SkinLord's side survive. They were started rotation towards B, and 2-5 as now MALCO are forced to be on the eco.
And unfortunately, they didn't manage to retrieve the second AVP here, so only Captain with the AVP in this round. As MALCO players will be ecoing, they seem to be buying up at least a few pistols around, and there's going to be also a scout on Warden. So hopefully we can see some crazy scout shots being landed by him, as he is going to be peeking towards that stop sign.
And he already did see the player, but he missed the shot. He gets a bit sagged up because we can see Prelden, he's not letting go of this position.
Prelden extremely close and dangerous, but as the timing didn't play out. As he was trying to peek into T-main to manage to land the kill, he was being shot at from Pop Dog, and that position was smoked off instantly. So
here Captain, he sees the player jumping up and down, and Warden plays it perfectly to make the Captain miss the shot. And here with the op, he's going to find Viscous. At least that's a kill there. And you can see MALCO, they're kind of now pushed back. They can't do too much. Prelden really close range. He's going to see the head there of the player and look for the kill. He can't find it just yet. He will now find Figley. There's still Warden with that scout. And Prelden, okay, he drops down 12 bullets in his weapon, and he still finds it.
Yeah, now only Displex left here with the CZ. Let's see if he can sneak the kill on Prelden, as Prelden's still very eager to find this kill and confident in himself. Actually gets away, and now Ra will eventually dispose of Displex.
So now 3-5, 3 rounds in a row for SkinLordz, as now MALCO go for the buy round, and now they have to break SkinLordz at this stage if they want to get any more rounds here. But on train, you're comfortable with 5, right?
Yeah, you're comfortable with 5. You shouldn't be too worried, but obviously anything extra that you can get is going to allow you to make mistakes on CT side, as obviously you want some sort of leverage where you can allow yourself to be like, okay, this round didn't play out, it's not completely end of the world, and it's going to be fine, you know, as now MALCO will be pushing into A side, but Prelden greeting them both here, as 2 MALCO players will go down, will be eventually traded out, and it's going to be a 2 versus 2 situation. Husky and Laney versus Displex and Figley.
We saw before this duo already have done it once. Let's see if they can do it for the second time, as now Displex will be spotted in Husky with an instant headshot, and now only Figley will be left alive. But we know how good this player is in those situations. But once again, Laney from the back lines, finding the player, Figley was not ready for it, and those are 2 AKs saved. We can see the money is quite enough for Captain to buy up one more time.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably the best case scenario when you are in a 2 versus 2 situation and both terrorists are on A, that you get this same time approach from both different sides of the bomb plant. So accordingly, both players need to turn around from the terrorist team in order to secure at least 1 kill, and that really played in favor of SkinLordz here.
More so, this looks like this could be just quick B play, as already Preldon has rotated, as Husky did hear those deagle shots. So they know that they won't be forcing or buying anything too much up.
And well, a nice angle from Husky here to peek towards into upper, as the terrorist players need to really wide peek in order to get him. They're actually going to be pre-nading lower here, as the contact play is commencing now.
And Husky, he kind of missed the timing, and he's going to go down instantly. Preldon, he did find one of the players. Now as he pushes forward, he wants to deny the bomb plant, and he will, as he gets 2 kills. He's looking for the third. USPS is there, and only Warden remains, but Rav with
actually,
the kill.
Preldon managed to kill all 4 players there, and Rav finished it off. So a very convincing round. So you can see, even if Husky goes down, if Preldon is there, you're not really going to get that B site. No way. And this is the solo player factor we were talking about from him. You can see he was calm, collected, didn't panic, didn't reload in the wrong time. Make sure he used all of his bullets and even gets the kill with the USP. So excellent play from him, as it will be evened up now, 5-5. And let's see how Warden decides to use this AVP, as he's going to try to peek towards either sandwich or stop sign here.
As we can see, Captain has not found anyone towards IV yet, but they are being pushed away, although Viscas, he's gotten pretty close. He could potentially find Preldon here, but with that re-smoke, there should be no reason for him to peek out.
And Captain here does take some bit of damage and manages to spot 2 players here, so just flashing, making sure he can cross over and peek because of that smoke being landed there, and now the Molotov.
Preldon moved in, he finds one, but there's still Warden with the up, and he's going to get that player as well. And we can see Viscas, he's now going to wait for this player, but Preldon, he can stay there because there was the bomb. As Viscas goes out, gets the headshot, and now the bomb is safe. But not Viscas, as Captain takes him down, and only Displex remains, as Laney found Irix as well, who was pushing through that IV position. Very lucky hold from SkinLordz. They managed to find MALCO basically in unprepared positions.
Yeah, and it was based off the fact that Preldon pushed into T main and gained, first of all, a lot of information. Second, of course, those crucial 2 kills, and then afterwards it was just, once again, a numbers game. And I feel like this is probably the scenario they want to keep going, as they can know they can easily trade out with them as long as they manage to get a successful either entry or secure at least 2 kills there. Now, MALCO players will be on pistols here, as they're going to be pushing out.
The flash came out, but Rob still finds one of the players. Let's see if Preldon here, close range, he's going to find only one player. There's still Captain, but with that up, he is in a bit of a bad situation here, as the players are only now starting to rotate, and they are smoked off. They can't move inside too freely. And Captain kind of cornered in here, but he's still going to get that headshot against Figley, and now the op comes out, and he finds the kill against Irix. As Warden, he got that M4 from Rav. But he can't, oh no, I believe that was Preldon's M4, and he can't do too much with it.
And Captain here spots out the last player, gives the information away that it is towards the electro position. Husky will show off, but Captain really showing who's the captain now of A site.
Like, I can't believe I get 2 co-casters that are doing this kind of thing all the time with the puns.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but I know what SkinLordz mean, as they are now 7 rounds in a row for them 1. And you can see they're not looking to stop just now. Maybe Figley can find the opening here, but a grenade and Molotov, one more time, he gets pushed away. As Liney pushes forward as well, but that Molotov, he misses the timing to get the kills. And Preldon, did he really push in? He even gets Displex before Viscas takes him down. Very weird push.
And slightly unfavorable timing there, as actually Laney manages to land the kill on Irix here, so that relieves some amount of pressure, and Husky actually is going to be pushing for information, as Raw still manages to find Viscas towards A, and both terrorist players are going to be heading towards the A side.
And Warden, so lucky he found already Robin, even finding Liney there in connector. Amazing play. But they have to be careful. SkinLordz, they are in really good positions to stop this kind of push. As Husky pushes out, gets one. He knows where Figley is, sorry, where Warden is. And Captain with the kill. As SkinLordz, they get the team ace. And MALCO, they can now buy every single round. We can see they're not changing too many things. They're getting shut down very early on in the rounds.
Yeah, so I feel like the thing that they haven't tried so far they should have really tested Husky on B for a fast 5-man full buy rush. It is slightly unorthodox and it is risky, but at this stage they need at least one more round to feel some sort of confidence on their CT side. As obviously, if you're going to switch into CT and if you're going to lose the first round, your morale is going to be extremely low after that. As Prelden manages to find Figli here, and actually Raw will take down Viskas through the smoke as well. So is that a Raw sense of game?
Please stop. How many are there still in you?
I'm working on it. I know Bruno is watching, so he wants me to fall into his shoes. As Husky will find Irix here, and I feel like it's just a cleanup currently, as now Displex heading towards Ivy along together with Warden here, and Captain with a perfectly placed headshot actually onto Warden, knows that last and remaining position and will take out Displex.
You can see how confident Captain was. He even re-peeks in 2 times there when he gets tagged down to 15 HP.
And it's only solely based off the fact that they got these few rounds. After they got 5 and they saw that they could equal out the score, that's where really SkinLordz start to feel comfortable, as they feel like they've warmed up, and the initial say situation of being 0-5 was just a fluke, so it didn't happen in their head, and therefore, well, that's experience, I feel like, more than anything taking over here, as Prelden once again posing himself up close towards the T main position is also Electron. He's going to hear the players come out. Actually, he's going to be hiding. So
was he spotted? I don't think he was spotted, as he's going to take down one, but nope, not even taking down one. This was Laney with the op, who finds 2 players, and now the B push will begin, and let's see if those 2 ops can retake the site.
And Laney flashing over, going towards these backlines here, just going to see if he can spot any players, but wasn't expecting the position of Warden, as Captain now will find Figli, and a 1 versus 2 situation, understanding that Warden is somewhere up close in these smokes or around them, as he will be peeked from the site, and now only on 15 HP. Can he do this? I don't think there's going to be enough time, even if he takes care of both of the players currently. He's going to be nading default and going towards the upper here.
Well, leave from the back line, it's going to be Warden who finds them there in the end. And as you said, MALCO, they at least get that 6th round. And now on CT side, if they start off strong, it's going to be tied up game. Quite possibly the 3 rounds in a row will make it 9-9. And after that, MALCO, they just have to continue on stopping SkinLordz. And this looking even a lot closer than I expected at first.
Yeah, there's actually going to be a MALCO calling for a tactical timeout here. So just want to make sure what exactly are they going to do in this round, as obviously they feel like SkinLordz have something prepared for them. And knowing SkinLordz in general, I feel like they're just going to play something extremely simple, as they do favor that sort of plays in general.
So I think maybe just a fast push with the Glocks, just overpower the enemy?
Most likely they're going to go for a fast push towards A.
So let's see.
Having said that, though, their spawns are not entirely the greatest there, but the off timing might catch them off guard. So let's see if the call comes through for an A site push.
This could potentially be, let's see who's going to head towards that middle position, who can stop that push. But they're going to push towards B, as it looks for now. They do have Rav there, who's looking for the kills, and the bomb is there as well. So it's going to be an A split, even on the first round. And Irix has found one of the players, and now he has to be careful because there's one in the drop zone, one in T main. And here Warden, he spots Prelden. He's going to look for that kill. And does he get the timing right, as he looks for the headshot, but he can't get it. So now, even that kind of forces Viskas to question his position for a bit, but he's still going to go towards the A side, towards that pop dog, to check if he can find anyone as he pushes up front. But Captain was ready to get that Deagle shot in, and Irix here gets one more player towards A main as he gets the headshot and drops the bomb. So a lot of information in there. Displex with the shot, as now they're going to push in forward. Let's see if Laney can do anything with it, as he's still looking for the openings. He will grab the bomb and manage to get away, as Prelden is now going to be looking to clear out that B side to make sure that Laney can move in freely. But with that,
he's actually not going to find any players here, as just one player currently now in connector. So he's managed to clear the site and give information to Laney that it's all safe and he can, well, relatively safe, and he can try to plant the bomb here. But are they aware of Irix's position? And he's going to be flanking soon as bomb. Both players are going to be spotted, but Prelden actually takes out Figli here and is fully aware that another player is in the backlines. And that USB is going to be deadly if he lands another shot on him, as Irix still continues to take his time and slowly pushing around, wrapping and trying to sandwich in these terrorist players.
And now from backlines, he's gone find Prelden, but there's still Laney left. He has no Molotov or anything to deal with it, as they're still waiting. They know where to look for him. He knows that the bomb is not being defused. As he pushes up, he's going to see Irix here. He's going to take him down. So this could be a round for the guy because they don't have a kit. This is a round for SkinLordz.
Yeah, this is going to be a round towards SkinLordz. So excellently playing for time there, as Laney will eventually go down. But all he needed to do is make Displex worry a little, and that was it, as there was no kit there. And it's going to be 10-6 in favor of MALCO. MALCO instantly taking another tactical timeout here. So they're also, I feel like they're just deciding on how they're going to play this round. Is obviously a push might surprise SkinLordz, but then again, I feel like SkinLordz should have at least the presence of mind to wait for those pushes initially and then decide to group up and play together, as we saw previously when they were still swapped sides.
And even then, they're going to be at least 2 towards each position where they go, as I think. So with those Mac 10s now coming out for Husky.
And actually Preldon exchanging with pleasantries here with Displex and all chat. So just keeping each other in line, and obviously a bit of banter going on, just making sure there is at least some sort of sharpness to this match.
At the moment there is only 10-6 now the score. We still have a lot of game to cover, but let's see, it should be, and it will be a fast push towards B sides. Figley managed to get away, but he won't get the kill, but Irix comes in with a CZ and finds Husky. But now he's going to push forward. He has to be careful because there are still guys who haven't dropped in, as now Preldon, he dropped down the smoke. Irix can deny the bomb plant. It's going to be 2 against 4. So very quickly those CZs make it work, make the work done. And Displex even finding Preldon, as he did find a player in the side. But now Laney, he's going to be left 1v3. He has been phenomenal all this game. 14 kills for him. But can he change that? Does Displex with the AK. He's going to find the kill. And now the score 10-7. As they get the anti-eco after that tactical timeout.
Yeah, so their SkinLordz' push towards to B was slightly too hectic. They wanted to get things done very individually. You can see that they didn't cover each other's positions and therefore allowed for a flank to come in, denied the bomb plant, and accordingly they consecutively lost the round. So I feel like SkinLordz should really just calm themselves down, realize that they still have the lead as well as have space for error, and therefore should just gain composure, as Irix now will find Raw. That's going to be a man advantage towards MALCO here.
Yes, and SkinLordz, they're not looking too good in the money department, as they need this round, because if they don't get this round, it could easily go to 10-9. And at that stage, they should be worried about what could be the outcome of this game. As we can see, they're slowly moving towards the A side. 2 players from Ivy, even the 3rd player now going through, but Displex has found, and Warden has found both, as even Preldon being spotted, and we can see he can't do too much. And Laney, last man standing with that scout. He's going to tag up. Who was it there in the end? I believe it was Warden who he tagged up.
And he's going to be instantly also flanked, so they're not going to allow to save this scout for him for sure, as he already taking damage from the side, and actually manages to land another tag. You can see 3 players from MALCO are 1-hit potential here, as another player will be flanking in, making sure he's going to be boxed in this Ivy position as he decides to switch in for the CZ, and understanding that he has landed some shots, so these players are damaged. He can still do something, but Displex decides to show him otherwise.
The off angle worked out for Displex, as Laney was not expecting for him to be in that particular position. And as I mentioned, now 10-8, and SkinLordz have to go for full eco. And so let's see, maybe they're going for a fast B play that could potentially work out, because we've seen crazy things happen on train.
Crazy things indeed, as now SkinLordz are actually going to be having all 5 Glocks here, so it's going to be either a drop down or a fast B play. And just want to see how MALCO decides to hold this, as they do opt in for the B push here. And now Visca's also, I think he heard all players pass, and Figley already doing a lot of work here along together with Irix actually, and both of them clean up the whole team. No fatalities on side of MALCO, so no weapons lost, which is not the greatest news for SkinLordz, as they instantly buy up. And is that a misbuy from Raw, or he actually wants to try and Zeus someone?
Well, Zeus is... I think it's not that big of an investment. I think at this point it costs like 300 or something like that, so I believe he won't be too sad about that, but he wanted that smoke, I believe, rather than the Zeus.
Yeah, that's obviously... smokes in general are extremely crucial to have in this map, and well, essentially any map here is actually Raw. Now we'll find a kill here, as Captain also will dispose of Irix, and it is going to be a 4 versus 2 situation. And SkinLordz instantly turning the tides of this round, as Warden now will dispose of Preledon.
But Laney is there to trade back, and now only Figley will remain 1 against 3. We saw this before with Laney. He managed to play the time, but at this stage, he won't be. He's playing from CT side, so he has to go for that defuse. He wants to win that round, but still 3 players to be found. And at this stage, I believe they're just going to go for. They're just going to go for that economical damage that they can deal, because we know the SkinLordz, you can see the money is not there.
And Husky is actually already on the hunt, has made sure that Bopper B is clear, and he's going to be peeking into B sites very soon. So technically, he definitely can find the timing here to spot out Feegly, as Feegly will be coming out of connector just about now. And yes, Husky did saw the position, but Feegly instantly returns the favor with a headshot and a kill after that, as Raw now running after, seeing if he can find the timing to kill off Feegly, but Feegly will definitely be saving this weapon and heading into the next round happy with an M4 in hands. Of course, not entirely happy because they just lost the round. So it is an 11-9. It's definitely getting closer than what I thought it was, but I feel like as we approach 16 rounds that are required for the win, the more pressure is put on these players.
Definitely, and SkinLordz, they're looking to manage it pretty good. They won 2 rounds from 5 on T side. That's not the worst case. And Laney burning down to 68 HP. Thought that MALCO won't expand towards his position. We can see MALCO there as well have put the pressure on to be really close towards that position with Pop Dog and A main, as they're even pre-firing through the smoke just in case. As here Warden is going to find Preliden towards T main, and Rav has deleted the Displex from Ivy.
And they instantly fall back from Ivy just to make sure that still 2 CT players are going to be positioned towards there. You can also see the positioning from CT players here in B site. It is passive even further down towards
Husky,
CT and Ivy.
he got so far, he almost missed those shots onto Warden, but at least Iris gets the kill back, as now the push towards A side will commence, but Iris goes down, and only Feegly remains one more time, 1 against 3, as he's going to hear the bomb planter, and he can now go look for the deny. He will deny the bomb, and he's going to get killed against Laney as well. And only Captain remains, and Feegly! 3 kills. He clutches it for MALCO. Only 1 round difference.
Only 1 round difference, and what a play from Feegly, and also at what a time. As you can see, the terrorist money now is in shambles, basically. Don't really know what they are going to go for in terms of how to play out this round. Obviously, the ones that can afford themselves are going to go ahead and grab a pistol. So I feel like SkinLordz want to force up in the next following round and keep MALCO's money in check. MALCO currently having just an abundance of nades, as they do take a lot of damage here in the exchanges. And the push is coming sort of A's way, A side's way, but they just simply cannot pass Irix here, as also Warden will dispose of a player. And now only Prelden remaining here with the, backstab.
Both shots, and they still don't know where he is. They're not even checking this position. Prelden, he missed 4 shots in the end there, and Warden managed to get the kill back. So 11-11. Let's see if SkinLordz can win now 5 rounds in a row for my prediction to be true.
I feel like this is a tilter for someone.
Someone's
tilting. I don't believe that the tides change so fast off of nothing, off of just purely rounds. So someone is not in the mood and someone's not happy. So just like to hear the communications at this stage. Probably would be something we can't show on stream, but Prelden will take a lot of damage here from the Molotov, as he is with the AVP glass cannon, trying to peek towards A and seeing if he can give that crucial entry, as actually the entry will be given by Whiskas, and SkinLordz are already down towards down to 4 players.
Let's see if Husky can react fast enough. He will react fast enough to take down Feegly. That is, at this point, feels like one of the key players for MALCO, with those clutches and everything else that he can manage to do. And Preliden has gone down to Warden as they want to push in towards the A side. You can see there's Captain alone with the bomb as he moves out, instantly getting taken down. And you can see Rav can't do too much as Husky, last man remaining. He's going to find Irix, but one more time, 3 players remain for MALCO.
I've seen crazier rounds taken by Husky before, and he still has theoretically enough time to do so. Unfortunately, he has only 36 HP. And he's still going to be taking his time walking towards that A main position where I believe Whiskas is already posed nearby, making sure he's not going to be able to pick up the bomb, as Husky now slowly making his way, making sure to check every corner where he thinks a CT player might be. But this is where the true challenge comes in.
Yeah, you can see MALCO, they're all together. So they know that they can't be alone, because if they're all together, then they can kill off Husky. And looks like this won't be too lucky for him, as he pushes out, and instantly Warden with the 3rd kill of the round and the 12th round for MALCO. as they're now taking the lead, and it's going to be SkinLordz now on an eco round, and then it's going to be 13-11. And that's, I believe, for SkinLordz, they're not too happy about that.
That's not going to be great news, seeing the overall situation. Is obviously MALCO now really eager to get these points, really want to secure their position towards the top of the tabloid. So really happy to see that they've managed to gain composure and actually putting out as much as they can in these rounds currently, as Displex now will be smoking off Ivy, understanding there was a player there, and he's going to be second peeking it any second now.
As Rav gets damaged down to 24 HP from the nades thrown into PopDog. And as we can see, they leave Figley alone on the B side, and they're all going to go towards A, which is going to be the side that SkinLordz will hit. And you can see Warden has already found Husky, the one player towards Ivy, and now close range Viscus. He knows where to look, but as the push comes in from the PopDog, he can't get too much. Only one kill there, as now going to be 4-on-3. And SkinLordz, they have to do a lot of damage here. Let's see if they can potentially take this one, as Displex is going to get one kill and only 2 players will remain, as Displex found one more, and Laney, the last man remaining, waiting behind, as going to be 11-13.
So 13-11, very successful so far for MALCO. Let's see how this buy round is going to play out, as obviously SkinLordz are extremely keen to get the ball back in their side of the field. They're using every bit of money they had and invested into this round. So I'm really expecting to see a composed and thought out play coming out from them, as Warden actually with the AVP will be heading towards B, but Husky already has managed to find Viscus here, and that is going to be an excellent start for SkinLordz as they decide to push out towards A. We'll find Displex towards Ivy here. Now Irix in the sandwich position will be actually sandwiched in as he gets taken down by Preluden. And also, Preluden disposes of Figley. Only Warden here remaining in a 1 versus 2 situation. Has the nades, has the kit, has the time in the world to get this round, as Husky is actually on low HP.
So let's see if Warden can potentially retake this one. As still SkinLordz, they're not quite sure about where to look for that player, and they don't want to go for the blind plant, as Husky is still checking towards PopDog, and they won't be together when the bomb will be put down. So this could be an opening for Warden to find the players.
Hopefully so. As you can see, Warden now not entirely sure where the bomb was going to be planted, but Prelden eventually now, as the nades come out, will be smoking into plant, as now Husky covering his positioning and making sure that nobody can quickly wide peek and take him out as he is putting down the bomb. And Warden already zoomed in, walking through the smoke. Let's see if they can spot the player here, as Prelden playing the edge of the actual smoke, and very smart plays indeed.
But we can see Warden, he is kind of now understanding where the players could be. He's going to go for the defuse, and he's going to find through the smoke Husky, as now only Prelden remains going in with the... Oh my god, no way!
That's a tilter. That's a tilter.
Prelden was going in with that knife. Oh. And it's going to be 14-11. My god, how lucky that was for Warden.
He had bullets in his AK, right?
I believe he did have it.
Why? Wow. Extremely unfortunate for SkinLordz. That round has been extremely costly for them, as it looks like it might have actually cost them the map here if MALCO managed to continue with their overwhelming holds on CT side here. Warden once again peeking into T main, seeing if he can spot the player here, and it's going to be Captain who's going to be crossing any second now, but as Warden takes off the cross here. So
let's see if Viscus can find the first opening, but it's going to be Rav who gets the kill back. SkinLordz now desperately need the round, because if they're losing this one, I believe there's no way of them coming back.
Yeah, it doesn't
there's
look
still
like
a chance now. But Warden has already found one player. He knows where to look for the player, but Captain finally gets the kill back. So it's going to be 4-on-3. Still in favor of SkinLordz. We can see Irix, he changes that as he's taken down Rav. And now the push towards Ivy will begin, because Laney now the greatest position that he could be in potentially to grab the kill here, as he will get Displex. And let's check if Figley will find anyone here on B side, as he still misses Husky, but it's going to be Irix who rotated, got the kill, and now it's going to be 2-on-2 one more time between those two teams.
Once again, Laney is going to be smoking off connector here, as the CT players are going to be crossing towards Ivy. The timing of timings, they both cross without Laney knowing, and therefore Captain is not going to know and might be potentially greeted here with a peek.
Well, let's see, maybe Figley can grab the bomb player here, as he will drop the bomb, and now only Laney remains. So unfortunate for SkinLordz, they were not ready for the players to be in that particular position. As now Laney pushing up forward, he's going to find Figley, and only Irix remain with 22 HP. His best position should be checked, I don't know if Laney spotted that guy. I don't think
Laney
he
didn't
did.
spot him, but he actually pre-fired that position there. So luckily for Irix, he wasn't there where he should have been just a few seconds ago. And now Irix just playing the smart game.
And he will win it. I thought he's going to just hide because he was running out of time. Like 20 seconds was left there.
That was extremely risky for Irix to take that battle with being close to basically no health, at least in terms of one AK bullet for sure.
Yeah.
And wow, what a risk, but definitely paid off for MALCO, as now you can see SkinLordz are forcing up whatever they can, and they are forced in a very peculiar situation as they're going to be, all 5 of them, heading towards the drop B area, and they want to be looking to change the pace here as they're going to be challenging Feegly.
Feegly, he's going to get almost 1 kill because Husky killed off his teammate, so now it's going to be still 4-on-4. Although it should have been 5-on-4. But let's see now, Irix, will he find any players coming closer? So he's going to see Husky instant shut down as well, then waiting close range, waiting for the players to push through the connector. Will Preladen spot Irix here? He's going to push on forward as Captain has found one. He's going to look for more kills, but now from the back lines, Preladen, he's seeing, I believe, 2 players here as he's going to take them both down, and only Warden remains. Captain with the kill.
And Preladen goes huge for his team. Extremely crucial 2 kills there, and managed to keep his composure, not shoot the first opponent he sees on the way. And it is going to be a 15-12 situation here, as MALCO will be actually forced into pistols at the moment, as what it seems they only sit around $2,500 there.
So let's see if anything changes here. As for now, Husky is going to look for any kind of entries he can get. Can he get it as now the smoke will land? Will he spot the player? He's going to instantly find Viscus, and I don't think he spotted there on the edge of the smoke any other players. Yeah,
looks like he didn't find Displex there just yet, as he's just making sure he's not being sandwiched in, and still holding his position, controlling this terrorist mid area, is obviously giving it away would give a bit of advantage for the CTs, as Warden now will be seeing nades and a Molotov coming out in Ivy. Didn't land the kill.
He was trying to stay there to get the first shot, and even in the Molotov, but here Husky with 1 more kill, as he's going to find Irix as well. So already 3 kills for Husky, as Warden now still waiting for that shot to come in. He's going to find Laney, and now 2 against 4. Okay, he misses the shot. If he would have hit that shot against Captain, that could have been maybe a chance for MALCO to come back. Oh,
yeah,
for MALCO in this
correct.
round.
So now only Feegly remaining here towards the CT stairs. His ideal dream would be find one unsuspecting pushing player just so he can get at least another weapon in the second round. As who's that? That's going to be Displex on his team, is currently sitting on $1,800, so they need a drop if they can retrieve one. But SkinLordz here not really giving anything to them. Husky is actually just checking if he can safely save in this position towards the terrorist spawn, as he is on low HP and doesn't want to be caught out by anything. And the Captain has actually managed to spot Feegly here, but Feegly just staying alive at this stage.
Let's see if he can manage it, as he's going to even get the kill against Rav.
And he finds that vital weapon that he needed to save, and now Captain here trying to push, trying to get this weapon off of Feegly and make sure that the CTs are going to be forced into another unpleasant situation, as now you can see they will be buying up, and that weapon has definitely given the chance for at least some sort of nade presence for them.
Very well for them, as Warden has gone for the glass cannon, and he's even going to go towards B to shut down the players early on. So let's see if that's going to work out, as Feegly now, he is close range, but no one's pushing just yet, as Husky pushes out toward the A side. But Displex and Viscus, they both get to kill. Preladen at least has found the kill back, and now he has to look for Mars. He's still checking the upper. There's going to be Displex here looking for any kind of push through, and I don't think he spotted. I think he spotted the player, but he can't get the kill, and only 2 T players will remain. Captain finds one, but he can't get the next one. Laney now 1 against 3. He has to clutch this one for his team, for them not to lose it, but it won't happen. 16-13. MALCO, what a nail-biter this game was there in the end.
Oh, definitely. It was round by round, something I didn't expect to see coming out from them in such a confident fashion. You can definitely see that the players are very eager to get these rounds on board, and also don't want to give each other too many options. As I said previously, there was also some sort of a little bit of banter going on in all chat there, so exchanging pleasantries and everything.
At the end of the game, was there any banter?
No, it was dead silence at that stage. As I feel like SkinLordz did eventually give up and give in the situation when they were 13-11. Once they lost in that position, they knew they lost the game. off
in
of
a way.
that.
Yeah, very unfortunate for SkinLordz, but MALCO 16-13, they win it, they take the first map. Maybe the same going to happen on Mirage. And after this game, do you think MALCO have a great chance to make this game 2-0?
I definitely think that MALCO have an excellent position. They're currently probably in the best position they could have been going into Mirage. So they have managed to secure a close win over SkinLordz, which is a painful feeling to have. And I would expect to see that SkinLordz might be slightly shaky in Mirage, definitely in the start of it. And if they don't manage to gain control, it's going to be dangerous territory for them.
Yes, but that game is going to have to just after a few moments. But for now, we're going to head into a small commercial break. And after that, the second game between MALCO and SkinLordz.
I can never forgive Lattelecom for murdering our mother.
I've been cooperating, you're just not listening.
You're not listening to me.
Pasaules top-seriāli. Skaties visas sezonas uzreiz visos tavos ekrānos. Shortcut films. Tikai 6 eiro mēnesī. Shortcut. Tu redzēsi.
You spray. You awkward. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
LA. I want more G's than the 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 LA. So rap out till I black out.
Welcome back to game number 2 between MALCO and SkinLordz. The first game, unbeknownst to us, went to MALCO's way. We were not ready for that. We thought SkinLordz should have its own train. And here on Mirage, I think your thoughts that MALCO is going to take it.
I feel like, yeah, MALCO is going to take it. They've shown excellent signs of preparation in terms of coming into train. So I'm definitely confident that they know that the second map was going to be Mirage. As obviously, that is something that SkinLordz favored to play. But being an emotional team, more or less, feel like coming into this, if MALCO get off into a good start, SkinLordz are in grave danger here.
That could be the case with SkinLordz. They win the knife round, so they can start on CT side, as they will. They stay, and the first round should begin really soon. So your predictions and numbers here.
Predictions in numbers. I'm actually going to say it's going to be MALCO taking this, and I'm going to say it's going to be probably 16-12.
16-12. I'm gonna go SkinLordz way this time, because I think having those fast players like Predator and Husky, they could make a change here. So I'm saying 16-10 in favor of SkinLordz.
Okay, so
we're both sides.
We do have opposite opinions here, so curious to see what's going to be coming out from MALCO here. As you can see, they've already have 2 players towards middle here, as the remaining terrorists are going to be pushing into A site now.
And Rav instantly gets tagged up, so now 26 HP left on him, as Captain can't do too much. Tagged one more time, and now heading towards middle. He's going to see 2 players there, and now surviving here could be an issue. But let's see, Fast Figly has found one more player. He's going to kill off Captain as well, and only players from CT will reign in. So let's see if those 3 players can do anything about it, as Viscus has now spotted at least one of the players. Now trying to move away, he gets tagged up. But you can see the positions are kind of favoring SkinLordz. You can see, okay, Warden, he denies the bomb diffuser. It was 2 seconds left there on the clock, and MALCO, they managed to get it.
A very convincing first round, and this is exactly what I was hoping for them to start off in terrorist side. Once again, good, as long as they manage to get, well, on this map, ideally, you would want at least 7 rounds on the terrorist side. Yeah. That's your comfort zone, most likely. 6 is going to be more like was barely enough. And you can see that MALCO are very eager to close this round out, as they didn't definitely slow down at any point in time. They just wanted to get in SkinLordz' face as quickly as possible, and they rightly so did.
We can see this time they're heading towards more B position, as there is Laney trying to check in if anyone comes a bit closer. But those 3 AKs, I think when MALCO hit the site, the bodies are going to drop.
Well, Raw and Husky did push towards A site and did see that there isn't any players towards there, as Warden will actually find now Laney, and the SkinLordz do have information that this is going to be a P push here, but quickly Irix and Warden dispose both players on this site here, as only Preludan remaining hidden away will deny the bomb plant. Can he find any more players? He has only 5 bullets. And
almost gets displex, but Rav, he from behind lines at least took down Irix, so now this retake comes possible, especially with the UMP in his hands, but he has to be careful because Warden is really close, and there comes in the kill. Warden already the 2nd time in a way saving the round.
for his team, and he's actually managed to find already 5 kills in the first 2 rounds, so definitely being a very impactful player so far. Just curious to see if SkinLordz decide to push either towards middle or apartments here on A site, as that would be something that you would want to go for. It looks like they're going to be favoring the connector stack.
Yes, as 3 players are pretty close towards middle, and they're going to be all 5 players towards middle. As the flash comes through, they're going to take down one. There is still Irix, but he's there no longer. It's going to be MALCO now hitting the B side. They will take it, but then I have to deal with 1 AK and a Mag 10 in the hands of SkinLordz, and all 5 players alive. So this could be an issue for them.
And Displex here smokes himself off and actually plants for short position. So curious to see how they're going to take advantage of it, as actually Displex just notices players running through the smoke. No respect there, as Warden will dispose of Captain just now and actually will get Raw in the process here. Continues to be a very strong force in terms of MALCO's players.
As well, he was staying alive for a while, but then he got dropped by Laney, and Laney with the 2nd kill as well. The USPS comes in strong. 2 AK saved for SkinLordz as they win the pistols.
And the USPs and push from 5 players towards middle definitely plays off, as MALCO did decide to split there. They should have probably went as a group, and 1 player should have been just checking behind instead of risking to split against an eco. So curious to see if that was just like a improperly placed call, or was it the thing that they wanted to do from the get-go, realizing that they still are on eco.
That could have been the case, but it worked out perfectly for them, as now it's going to be an A hit from MALCO pretty soon, as now the smoke will come towards a ramp, as well as Palace, and already Husky has spotted one of the players and is trying to look for the kill. He can't find the first, but he's going to find now Viscus, and looking for the spray transfer. You can see the T players are just dropping down, as not only Erix will remain, and he can't find the kill. Only Husky drops down, and the 2nd round is in the hands of SkinLordz. The bomb plant wasn't there, so let's see how much utility can MALCO pick up.
Yeah, and SkinLordz obviously happy with the outcome of that. Only losing 1 player means that they don't need to rebuy and reinvest too much into this round, and that gives them a stronger possibility of taking over the lead here, as the scores are tied currently. It is 2 versus 2, and you can see 3 MALCO players are going to be heading towards B, and only 1 in middle, as the remaining player is going to be lurking around A.
And you can see Iris, he's going to push towards this position, but it's going to be Husky there who gets spotted and killed off. The flash comes in at the perfect time. 2 players are focused towards middle, so Pirello then there with the captain. Look if they can find anything here.
Yeah, and losing Husky so early on is very crucial for MALCO to reinforce their position in this match currently, as they're going to be rotating towards A more, and Irix here just going to be probably making the players busy on B site, as he does deploy a nade towards it and making sure he's not going to be pushed from underpass here.
You can see Captain with the perfect time into Molotov off Warden, so he can get inside that freely. But we've seen big shenanigans here with Rav in this position, because time to time not all players check this position, weirdly enough. And let's see, as now they're going to move in. Rav with the flash. He's going to look for the kills, but they were evading that flash, as now Captain forced in a bit of a bad position, but he drops down the player with the bomb, but from behind lines, Erik comes in from the connector.
And now Preldon here in jungle. Will he find the correct timing to push through this? He's playing the edge of the smoke and just seeing if he can find any players. Is he aware of the connector player? Just saw him, so he's going to be calling for his teammate. He's going to get a free kill any second now, and rightly so. It is going to be a 2 versus 2 situation. Preldon still has plenty of nades, but Figli will take down Laney, and now only Preldon remaining, as he's not sure if their 2nd terrorist player is towards apartments or no. He has only flashbangs. Will decide to stick it, but Warden is going to execute him in the back.
Yeah, very, very well played there by Warden. Preldon had literally no idea where the player was. So the play is in MALCO's hands, as now we're going to see 3-2. And Nob saved, and let's see if Warden can utilize it, because he has the greatest spawn for middle.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be peeking into that window, and I don't even know if you can make it into underpass in this timing. He's actually going to spot the player, but doesn't manage to land a shot, as he will... Actually, he's not going to be taking any damage from that nade. I thought he's going to at least damage him a little bit.
Ralph forced to use a UMP, as he did get dropped down last time. but still playing from this position. So let's see, did Husky spot the players? There's now the Molotov will come through, and Rav, he is ready. He does not check the side. There are already 2 players in. He's going to find 1 kill, but he should be spotted now, as from CT as well. He's going to be taken. No, he won't be taken down. He takes down Displex, and now I can see the teammates from his is coming in. So SkinLordz now 3 against 2, 3 against 1, as only Eric's remained in-game leader, but the timing was not correct to bring out the knife. It's going to be 3-3. Very close start for both of the teams.
Definitely. So both teams want to make sure that they gain as much as rounds as physically possible in this half. As you can see, actually, MALCO will be forcing up fully here, as they've lost any sort of bonuses they had in terms of losing rounds. So they're probably looking to do as much as economic damage as they can in this round. I don't think they're actually hoping to win it. The bomb will be left in terrorist spawn currently, so they're not afraid to approach the CTs up close and personal, as yet they are yet to find someone. As captain now doing a lot of work towards middle here, trying to spot out players, making sure he's not going to be flanked from underpass, and he should see them any second now, as he will spot them.
Figley, he just missed the timing to get the headshot there. But now with the boost, there's going to be Irix with the kill onto captain. So well played from MALCO, great awareness, utilizing that AK that they have now in their hands.
And now Preladin peeking towards short here, making sure he can smoke off middle and just seeing if he can find any information, making sure there's no players remaining under window now. Unbeknownst to him, the bomb has been gathered at this stage and will be heading towards the A site.
So let's see if they can open things up. This here definitely has to find a player near the stairs. We can see Husky, he's getting in a bit closer position, just in case they decide to push fast out, because they know and they have the pistols on. There's going to be a split even, as Preladin now moving towards middle. I don't know if he was spotted, and he should spot the player pretty soon. Then pushing on forward, they're going to see the head, they're going to take down Preladin. So not only 2 players remain inside, but Husky with 1 kill. Now checking towards jungle, but it's going to be Viscous with the kill back. As now Rav from CT has to do a lot of damage here, as Laney is still looking for the kills that he can make, but the bomb will be planted. Rav, I believe, was spotted, but now with the spray down, can he get both? He will get both, but he's going to be left 1 against 2 with 24 HP on him.
And no nades for Raw here. As you can see, his teammates have told him there is a kit and a flash in shadows, so he'll be picking up those. He's going to be baiting out the first peek and will dispose of Viscous instantly, and understands that the second player is going to be there, but Irix taking advantage of the angle there and killing off Raw. And it is going to be 4-3 now. We're going to be going backwards and forwards.
At this stage, it feels like it.
So you can see SkinLordz are currently reset, and accordingly they need to bring out the best of their pistols, as there's going to be 2 MAC-10s on the terrorist side. So expecting to see quick use of them, as Figley and Whisk is already heading towards the A ramp here, and actually going to be walking up close. The Whiskas has a Molotov equipped, and I feel like he's going to be using it for shadows, as like pretty much most of the time there's going to be a player there, but they're actually going to be mollying sandwiches. Displex finds both Raw and Husky towards the apartments here, and Whiskas crossing over will find captain, and so far so good for MALCO.
Yeah, as we can see, only 2 players remain. They're going to play from connector. The bomb will be planted towards their position. They have to be careful because Whiskas is still waiting in this position, and he hears the players towards middle, and this could be Figley now with a free kill if he pushes in and he finds Laney there. The timing works out perfectly for Preladin to find Whiskas, and the MAC-10 is now in his hands. And let's see, Figley almost misses the timing to get Laney there.
So only Preladin now remaining with the MAC-10, obviously looking to see if he can upgrade it towards an AK, as well, falling back in this position is always a scary thing, especially when your position is already known. Will he suspect this terrorist player to be here? He just heard him.
He just shoulder peeked him, and he's going to play from middle now. As he still has to be careful, as Irix will push on forward to look for those kills. And no one's going to spot him, as there was no timing for that to happen, but still, this was at the last seconds. Takes down the MAC-10 from Preladin, and 5-3. SkinLordz will now force things up. There won't be too much utility. You can see UMP coming out, and Preladin probably will go for the... Oh, he's going to go for the M4. I thought he was going to go for more utility. But that's not the case.
He decides to go for the M4 with the armor together. No nades. He's going to be trying to jump over. Actually will miss it. And he's going to be pushing into middle now and seeing if he can find Irix here. And will take him down very quickly, giving an advantage for his team. And he's going to be actually pushing in, dropping the M4 for his teammates and taking the AK in hand.
As Rob, he had the information about the players, but he can't take even 1 kill. The smoke kind of could favor SkinLordz here, as there's still an edge to see through. And as you can see now, the bomb will be planted by Figley. And the retake now 3-on-4 begins. Viscous is low, so this could definitely change real fast. But all those smokes used by MALCO, it's going to be pretty tough to retake fast enough. And they don't have the kits.
Quick thinking there for boosting Pro then back up into window, but they cannot find any easy entries here, and it doesn't look like they're going to be actually heading to win this round as they are retreating back towards B, and Pro then jumping over across towards short positions, going to be saving in CPL house.
So at this stage, we talked about that MALCO would feel comfortable with 7 rounds on T side, but it feels like they're going to get more here.
Yeah, and I feel like my prediction is slowly coming true.
Yes, it is, but nothing is over just yet. SkinLordz can still bring this one back. As if you're tuning in right now, this is a very important match, basically for the spot in the top 4.
Yeah, essentially it is what it is. I mean, both of these teams need these points. 1, to secure their position. 2, for the other team, accordingly, to push SkinLordz out of the top 4 and take their place.
Now let's see, this could be... I really liked MALCO's pistol round, but they're not utilizing that kind of set play in buy rounds.
Yeah, so they're more relying on the fact that SkinLordz most likely are going to be pushing somewhere for information, or at least they feel like they can find enough entries to not go back into any sort of set plays here.
The fake is sold, and now the players are slowly moving in, but Husky's going to find one, but Warden instantly with the kill back, and you can see the rotation is going to be pretty late from the CTs.
But the bomb hasn't been even actually picked up just yet, so CTs are going to be running towards a site where no bomb plant is imminent, so it's going to be a very close retake coming here from SkinLordz, as Proden actually already has found someone towards default and doesn't actually get the kill. Displex will drop him down, but Captain
with 2 kills as he moves into the side. That leaves the situation 2-on-2. We can see Laney, he is boosted up, and retake now becomes a bit more difficult, although they do have the weapons. Rav now picks up the UMP, and we can see 1 player towards stairs, 1 player towards T-ramp, and let's see if they can do this one. It's going to be Eric spotting the 1 player and dropping down Laney to 8 HP. This does not look too good for SkinLordz stand-in.
Yeah, and you can see that Laney, understanding he needs to isolate the players here, will find the first one, sees the Molotov coming out, but Feegly doing the smart thing, not peeking playing time, making sure nobody's going to be remaining inside, and is actually going to be falling back towards the T-spawn, as Laney, with 7 HP, will be saving in B apartments.
Yes, at least the AK is safe. We can see the buy round could come through from SkinLordz at this stage. I feel like, but hopefully they're going to go just for some pistols. And I'm still curious, thinking why haven't they picked up the tactical timeout? It worked out for MALCO.
Yeah, they're definitely not taking advantage of it and not making enough, not giving themselves enough time to cool down from the previous rounds that they have lost, and just to look at things from a different perspective, is obviously something needs to be changed up, and it looks like they're not really sure what to do exactly here, as so far MALCO just seem to find the round somehow, and as I say it, Warden will find the entry onto Prelden there, and will remain, SkinLordz will remain in the lineup of 4 people, but Laney trading favors here and will drop Viscas.
We can see here Husky is pushed up already towards T-spawn, but he has to be careful because Arix now comes up, looks for the kill, and he should get it in any moment now. He will, still with 100 HP, but let's see if any action goes towards middle, as there are 2 players focused on that.
There is still a full minute of time, so they definitely, MALCO, don't feel pressure to make any sort of commitments just yet, as Rob will have pushed through, and he's going to find a Displex in T-spawn, which is going to dispose of him one more time. And now only Captain and Laney remaining here, as Laney will find Feegly towards middle, and Captain pushed up close. I think he heard the player there, but does he realize that it's actually going to be B, as he hears the player fall back here, and Captain trying to chase.
He found Warden and he found Hyrix as well. Laney making it work on B site. It was really great fake from MALCO, as it was Laney even thinking, should he go towards B or should he not?
And both Displex and Laney have 4 kills in this round, so either duelist wins, gets an ace.
So let's see if Displex can find this player, as he's gonna look for Laney, but Laney with the ace clutch for SkinLordz.
Laney even peeking towards short in the absolute worst of timings, and still manages to land a kill on him, so props to him, securing another round for SkinLordz here, and in hopes that this is a comeback for them, as MALCO have already reached that crucial 7-round line on Mirage here on the terrorist side, so SkinLordz definitely don't want to give any extra rounds to them, as it's going to become extremely dangerous for them.
But luckily for SkinLordz, if they win this round, then it's going to be MALCO and an Eco after that. So this could definitely work out for them to get those 8 rounds now in the end, as Viscas now looking, almost gets the kill. Now looking for the grenade for the kill, and even finds Preliden there waiting on short. So very, very fortunate for MALCO players now take control of middle, as Captain can't peek in too much. There is a gap, I believe, on left side of the smoke, and he really gets the kill against Viscus. Great utilization of the smoke there.
So Prelden was actually distracted by the smoke being thrown by a terrorist player in upper middle, and he looked away at the wrong timing from underpass here, as Captain will be dinked by the CZ as he was crossing over towards the jungle position, and the remaining terrorist players will be gathering towards A. And let's see if Ra can do this, as he understands he's played the shadow position way too often here. Is going to be peeking towards T ramp from CT spawn.
Yeah, last time he was in this position, he instantly got dinked. And let's see if that will happen again, as he doesn't have too much support from Captain, as now the flower smokes and everything will come through. Rav instantly checking, does not get tagged up. Let's see if he can hold this site basically at the moment solo. As you can see, a player here near the edge of the Molotov. Can he find out the next player? But Eirik, as he moves in, he's going to get the kill, and Captain through the smoke can't find the bomb planter. Perfect position now from MALCO to just hold this site.
And there's going to be an extremely late rotation coming in, as Captain will be found alone here with no trading potential, and now Warden will find Husky as well, and that's going to be only Laney remaining here with the AK, and it is vital for MALCO to kill him if they can without losing too many people here.
Let's see if they'll suspect Laney to be in this kind of position, and maybe Laney can get the kill here, but as he checks CT, there is Warden, and the 8th round for MALCO on T side. And as we can see, that kind of forces now SkinLordz to, I would say forced to eco, but you can see Husky just forcing up instantly, as he had only 1.3k, 1.4 in his bank.
Yeah, this is going to be a full force coming out from SkinLordz, so a forced buy here situation. Actually, Prelden just picking up the armor, leaving at least some money behind. Oh, actually, no. Excuse me. So they have fully forced up, and let's see how this B hit is going to play out for MALCO, as they are gathering for a contact play here. And CT so far are not doing too much work in terms of finding information where these players are located, as the first nades are going to be coming through, and Laney here will be slightly damaged by the Molotov.
Figley finds the first player, as Prelden was looking there with the shot to the CZ, but you can see instantly B side is cleared out by MALCO.
And now only Ra and Husky remaining here, as they do need to find something, but Husky actually will be found by Displex in middle, and now only Ra with the M4, with the armor, sitting in CT spawn, just slashing air in front of him, not really understanding what the hell is going on, most likely, as it seems whatever SkinLordz try to do right now, MALCO have an answer for it, and they just seem to find continuous kills without any trades or without any trade potential. So I feel like SkinLordz are slightly playing it a bit too individually at this stage, as theoretically that shouldn't be a situation, at least not on Mirage, where you cannot trade. Yeah,
as well. And as well, I want to think, how much practice did they got before they confirmed that Prelden will be on their team? Because it feels like the team play is shaky.
The team pace is shaky, and obviously Laney being a substitute player for this match as well has left some amount of impact, even though you can see he is currently top fragging for SkinLordz, so I feel like he's probably not the biggest problem they have.
Yeah, definitely. Prelden having a bit of an issue to find the first openings, as now he's going to head towards underground to look for the answer, and there are going to be some players greeting him, although he could manage to get past them very quickly. As here he peeks and he doesn't see anyone, and you can see no one is towards B site, and as Prelden didn't get any information, he won't know that the players are moving in towards B, as this was going to take down one, and Rav at least with the answer as he finds the player, but now the rotation from him will come in, and with the M4 now he has to solo defend B site. Prelden will go for a backstab, but at least Rav has found already one player, so it's going to be 3 on 4 as he finds Viscus as well on short, and now Rav with the 4th kill, and only Warden will remain.
And Warden with the AVP needs to do wonders here if he wants to secure the round for his team, unaware of the fact that he's also being flanked right now. Any movement he can make denies the ace for Ra, but Prelden will close out the round and is going to be 9-5. Is still in favor of MALCO, and a very well played half so far from them. Let's just see if they can secure the last and final round here to give them every single advantage they could have potentially gained here. I feel like this is already the stage where MALCO should feel slightly proud of themselves, having 9 rounds on the terrorist side here.
You can see how much preparation has been put into this one. SkinLordz is one of the team that it's pretty tough to do something against them, Now they're having some issues to do anything against MALCO. As we can see, this could be the ace set play I was talking about, which I did in the first round.
It does look like it, as once again 2 players are towards middle here, just making sure they're going to be flanking or pushing into that connector, as the nades are going to be trickling into a site. And curious to see how Raw will be dealing with this, knowing and hearing that the players are up close and that those nades are going to be coming out.
Now let's see, he's going to go in even aggressive, but if he gets the timing right, he could potentially get Pigly. Here's the flash comes through and Rav gets Pigly. So that is kind of the set play stopped because they needed that third smoke.
Yeah, so they have been instantly stopped in their tracks. As you can see, they're gathering up once again, seeing if they can push into this connector. But will they expect Underpass to peak here, as Viscus will find Captain and Preldon now stuck in Underpass, being naded all the way and even smoked off.
He smoked himself off just in case they decide to push through. But let's see if Husky can defend connector. He will, as only this much remains. He's going to find 1 kill, but already from jungle, he's going to get killed off. And 6 to 9 the half ends. SkinLordz at least managed to get some rounds back, and now they have to get 10 on T side.
So, feels like a slight mountain to climb for SkinLordz to secure a win on this map, as once again, they still need those points, as so far MALCO have gathered only half of what is required for them to change positions with SkinLordz in standings.
That is the case. So let's see if the pistols on CT side will be as good as they were on T side for MALCO. As what's going to be the setup here from SkinLordz. 2 players, even 4 heading towards B position. Will they go through underground? It's going to be an A split, I believe. And you can see MALCO, Warden with Viscus already have pushed up towards middle to get that information. And then they see the players in underground, as they did deal some damage to Figly, who is now trying to run away with his teammate Warden. As now the set play towards A should come in pretty soon. And Viscus has found the bomb player, Rav. But at least, luckily for him, there was someone else to pick it up.
And here we can see actually Husky sneaking into B side here, will be eventually spotted out, seeing if he can cause some damage and make them believe that it is going to be a B play, as it on paper should eventually be A in this sort of situation. Husky here now trading kills here. He has been backstabbed also, so they know that there's only 1 guy on B, and meanwhile SkinLordz just destroying MALCO so far.
Yeah, you can see they've taken control of the A site. Completely proud and pretty good position to catch out any kind of rotations coming through the kitchen, but it's going to be Captain. Can he now stand up against and show his men what he can do? As for now, Viscus with this, but they have to be really careful because there is Preldon's
backstab.
Yeah, he could potentially get to both kills here. And look for the first one. He's missing the shots, as Laney's going to take the kill, and Captain as well. So Preldon today doesn't feel like he's completely on point, but at least SkinLordz are at the pistols.
Yeah, so SkinLordz so far seem to be good. Obviously, they're looking to see if they can win these following rounds. I would like to see them actually securing this round, as they are known to lose these ones.
Yeah, and I believe it happened before as well.
Correct.
So let's see what's going to be the case here. 3 players go towards B, even 4 players from MALCO towards B. As they're going to leave only Warden here on A. It's going to be a short push. So the first player to contact is going to be Viscus. Let's see how much information can he gather here. His players are slowly pushing in. Husky as well there, I believe, spotted few players come through, but now through the smoke. Will they push through? They will, and Viscus with a free kill, and even looking for the second, as Raf has gotten one. But you can see that C's are now getting picked apart, as Laney through the smoke gets killed off, and Captain now from behind lines could potentially get this was here, the only guy with the weapon on MALCO's side, well, at least automated rifle.
And still a lot of time on him, so he can definitely take his time and play this one slow if he wants to win this round, as he needs to make them believe that he's gone elsewhere, but will be spotted out now, and the remaining CT players will be coming back towards B here, as now Figly here just jumping, making sure that the terrorist player is still where he was just a few seconds ago, and Captain holding. See if he can spot the player. Figly just doing an amazing job of gathering this information, being a huge menace, and now Warden will eventually take out. All thanks to Figly baiting there and just making sure that the player is still in B apartments.
And as well, Warden was not even peeking towards the window. He was already looking for the exit through the door, so instantly reacting to that kind of situation.
And I feel like SkinLordz are going to be extremely pressured currently, as obviously they need to return this favor, otherwise it's going to be already the 11th round and they still won't be able to afford any decent buy in the following round after that.
So Figly looking for the spray, but Captain with the Deagle will be successful, as now Viscus will take his position, and I believe Irix is completely smoked off, so he can peek towards middle that easily. But there are players in underground that he can spot. It's like complete ace split. 4 players will go through connector as it thinks if they want to rely on Laney looking for those openings.
And just the continuous nades going into underpass is still holding these players back. And Viscus now curious as to what's happening into middle. He's going to be peeking, finding actually Captain here as now Viscus kills off Raw and Preldon will trade favors as we will eventually go down, but Husky will find Irix in the process. So still a 2 versus 2 situation, a full minute on the board. Laney making first contact on A, will find the kill on Displex, and now only Warden remaining here. And of course, Laney giving information that the site is free, but Warden will find Husky here, and that is also the bomb.
Does he know about the bomb? Because he's going to peek in, but still he's going to win that duel with 50 HP left on him. In the 11th round for MALCO. You were talking about it, that this round was way too crucial for SkinLordz to lose.
Yeah, this was extremely costly for them, as I feel like this has literally just cost them the game at this stage. I know it's slightly preemptive calling it already, but I don't see them coming back just purely economically off this as long as MALCO managed to win another round or 2 in the process.
Yes, here Feely getting tagged up in middle, already dropped down to 62, but at least there's Captain to get the kill against him as Warden is going to find 2, looking for the 3rd, he's going to find a 3rd player as well. And the rest of MALCO gather and get the kills, 12-7. As one more time, the buy round will come through for SkinLordz. We haven't seen any, I believe, aggressive op come through for them, which I think could potentially be a good thing for them to find those early openings with that 1 shot, 1 kill.
Ideally, yes, but so far so good for MALCO. They don't want to take any chances with anything, and obviously if it works, it's not worth fixing. As you can see, Feely here slightly stuck in window now, just looking to see if he can cross back as the remaining terrorist players have already pushed into CPL here, and the Captain has managed to find a kill, but will be taken away eventually by Warden, and now Laney posed in the CPL position here together with Raw, seeing if they can find any players, as Husky is just making sure no B apartment push is happening, still holding on to that bomb. So it still looks like inevitably it might be an A play. And, well, theoretically they are in really good positions to do so.
Especially with Laney here, with Rav being in that ladder room, just kind of cancelling any kind of rotation, spotting if any players rotate. So here potentially it should have been Prelude just dropping down the smoke towards the A sites, and maybe Laney could find the players rotating towards jungle.
Well, this is actually going to be a B play now, as Husky together with his teammate that is going to be Prelude is going to be heading towards B here, as they have been smoked off, but they decide to actually push the smoke and make a lot of noise in the process as their remaining teammates are pushing short.
Displex has found 1, Prelude who pushed forward, and Feely as well finding Rav, so only 2 terrorist players will remain. And Husky here, he did not spot the player right on time, but he's still going to find the kill as Laney now is going to find Warden. The aggressive push comes through, and Irix now 1v1 versus Husky. The duel of the duels is going to be Irix winning it 13-7. MALCO still crushing SkinLordz, and as we can see now, a full eco should come through for SkinLordz, maybe a few pistols coming out.
And they actually opt in to purchase and buy up. So this is desperate plays coming out from SkinLordz at this stage. I feel like, as I said before, it is most likely over, and most likely the second map is going to be heading MALCO's way. MALCO, excellent composure. This is the MALCO I wanted to see all this time, as obviously they have made the adjustments that were required and are really taking this seriously.
They definitely are, so they only need 3 more rounds. And it looks like SkinLordz once hit a site, but it's going to be Viscus waiting close towards the smoke, even dropping it down. Let's see if he can find the player, but Captain instantly with the kill, as Warden is now looking for the kills back, but with the spray he can't manage to get the shots in. Feely at least is going to find 1 player, but has to be careful towards connector, as it's going to be Husky finding 1 kill, and Feely shut down. Displex now last man standing, so the force at the moment working out for SkinLordz, as he's going to find Husky, and he still can find the players moving into the side, but he's left with 28 HP from that tag from Husky, and as well the Molotov. This could not be fortunate for him to retake. And as you can see, the money is not there for CTs, but they have some wiggle room.
They have some wiggle room, and obviously MALCO making the correct call in this position, telling his teammate to save the weapon is pointless right now. They're only going to gain 1 round. They have 13. There's a 5-round difference between them. Just don't give them any advantages they can. So just make sure your economy is healthy at this stage, and you will eventually win out, because obviously the prospect of winning only 3 rounds versus the prospect of winning another 9, well, that's going to be 8 after this one, is obviously a big difference for them. And actually, let's see if Displex can find any players here, as they did peak slightly. but they don't feel confident enough in themselves as well to repeat that position, and there's rightly so. They also need those guns.
They need, because of those two guns that they have, they managed to draw for their teammates and have some utility. Two players without any utility. We can see on their side MALCO, they grab something up, even two defuse kits just in case, as they have basically a chance and a belief in every single round.
And SkinLordz quickly taking mid control here and is going to be pushing towards into short here. The bomb is going to be going as well, as Husky will manage to find a kill already, but trades going backwards and forwards here as Raw manages to pick himself up too. And can he find more towards this B site, as they will be pushing in now?
Warden almost got Laney there, but now this was with that M4 that he saved. He could potentially get the kills here, but Rav instantly peeking in, and the third kill for them, as SkinLordz now get the 9th round. And MALCO have to go for a full eco.
And extremely well played from Rav there, showing resilience and actually just pushing forward. So doesn't want to take anything from anyone, at least in that round for sure. And it was just an unstoppable force and securing the round for his team there. So 13-9, and they are approaching the very late game here, as now Husky actually with the Mac 10 is going to be heading towards B relatively fast and seeing if he can find this player here, as obviously they know they are ecoing at the moment, and will find Displex here. Can he find more? Will be taking some Molotov damage here, but knows that the site is clear, is calling for the bomb to head over, and the remaining CT players are actually going to be rotating through CT, and one player is going to be in jungle.
As we can see, they all have USPSs. Before we saw the USPSs worked out for SkinLordz when they were on train on CT side. Well, let's see if they can do it here now, because getting any single weapon down would be a huge win, because they did not put any kind of money in this round.
Yeah, so obviously any weapon that you can save is as you said before, a
huge
the
boost from Figley in the CT spawn. You don't see this one too often. Now we're looking for the kills, but they can't manage to get even one. Two players drop down low. But SkinLordz managed to save every single weapon that they bought.
And you can see SkinLordz were slightly confused there. Where are these bullets coming from? Initially, they couldn't find the player, where eventually they did spot him. And great presence of mind there from MALCO, once again deciding to opt in for that boost play. You don't see it often, as you already mentioned before. And now Warden with the AVP needs to do a lot of work for his team, as obviously they need to find an entry, and he won't find any towards T-ramp for now.
Now with the flash out, Figley completely flashed out. Now I don't think he sees anything there on the edge of the smoke, as Alex as well is looking to get that kill on Laney. But Laney, he's going already pretty far out. He's going to be pushed towards the A side by SkinLordz. So let's see what can Warden do here as the Molotov will come through. He's going to miss the first opening shot and burn down to Captain's Molotov, as now the retake will come in. Visk is going to get one kill, looking for the second. He can't find it, and Figley through the smoke will be found. And it's looked like SkinLordz are getting back into this game.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be understanding the fact that they cannot allow themselves to make any more mistakes here, and obviously they need to gather as many kills as they can to keep in control MALCO's money. If that's not going to be the case, if MALCO can save, like for example, even 3 weapons, that would be great news for them. Unfortunately, it is just Displex saving here currently, and SkinLordz should be hunting at this stage. As you can see, Raw actively checking a kitchen here in B site, as well as Laney now extremely close to Displex.
And he will be hurt, so Displex can get a kill here, as he's going to get one, and now from the underground pro then won't push out to go for that kill. So it's going to be weapon saved for Displex. And now no Byron coming through for MALCO, so it could and should be 12-13. As SkinLordz, since they have that kind of a bank now, with all the money that they have, they can still lose that one round. So even if they lose it, hopefully their mental composure will be there.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be losing this round anytime soon, unless Displex can do wonders here with the M4. As you can see, there's actually 2 terrorist players heading towards B apartments. They are going to be smoked off initially, so Displex here looking to see if he can gain any sort of forward position and at least some amount of extra information for his team, as the bomb is still around B apartment side, and they're just holding currently, just making sure no crazy pushes are coming out from MALCO. And MALCO also keeping their composure, don't want to give too much away very early on in terms of their amount of the players they have.
So let's see if this push will be successful by them, because we can't really tell at the moment where SkinLordz wants to go more. So it looks like towards B, since it's Captain looking for any kind of backstabs through 3 spawn. But luckily for MALCO, there are going to be 3 players towards short. So when Rav decides to hit that position, this should be an easy kills for him, as he already has found one. And now pushing away. Figli, he could potentially get the kill. He will Displex as well with the M4, has found the player. And now it's all on Iris, who I believe just did spot the player here. And now he can get free kill as he will kill off Laney. Did not manage to find the AK. It's going to be 3 against 2.
So far this round looks like it's slowly starting to fall apart for SkinLordz here, as Preldin is now going to be trapped in the connector and going to make his presence known as Irix now hears Captain and will Captain check, as he will take down eventually Irix, and it is going to be a 2 versus 2 situation. Displex here on extremely low HP will be checked, and actually I feel like Preldin knows, but he was just flashed, so he cannot re-peek and kill him off.
Okay, this was not ready for that push, and Preldin at the end there gets the last 2 kills. So it would look really close for MALCO to actually take it.
Yeah, it looked like very shaky, but unfortunately the HP simply wasn't on MALCO's side, and eventually SkinLordz did win out the round there, but my god, was that a close one. So now I feel like Warden should be ever so slightly more active with the AVP. I still haven't seen anything super fast coming out from him, just like your default AVP holds, but nothing much more, as the terrorist players are going to be heading towards middle and are going to be heading towards connector really fast here. Warden spots the player and actually manages to land the shot.
As now the push towards connector will begin. It is there Viskas with Figli ready. As now they push in, they're not ready for this, for the players to be here. So Preldin now with Husky, only 2 players remaining. Preldin with 1 HP has found 1 kill, but Figli takes him down as only Husky remains. He finds Viskas, but there are still 3 more players to be found. 2 towards connector, 1 towards CT. As the flash comes through, they can now maybe look for Husky, but they're just going to wait for him.
Figli is the only player on low HP, and Warden here just making sure that nothing can cross over as they're shoulder peeking and baiting for each other, and Figli will take him down, giving 14 rounds to MALCO, and SkinLordz are sitting on 12. So they do have plenty amount of money here so to play these rounds out, but obviously MALCO now, it is extremely crucial for them to win this round and to stay in the game, as if they lose this, they're giving away any sort of advantage they have in terms of rounds, and it is in their best interest to get this one.
Let's see if that's going to be possible, as Captain has picked up the op finally towards terrorists and heading towards the middle, but no luck just yet. He's still checking connector.
And Warden will find Preldin here towards B, peeking into B apartments, being active as I've said before, and now a tough position to be in. The pressure is on, but Husky instantly relieves that pressure, as Captain will also now find Irix towards window, and instantly it switches a 5 versus 4 situation in a 4 versus 3.
As now the push towards A site will begin. Viskas has to be ready for this push to come through. Can he get the timing right? He sprays the player, he's going to get 1, but only 1. As now the A site will be taken, and has to be now Warden with Displex for the retake. And as you mentioned, they desperately need to win this round.
And Husky up close towards the hole here in jungle, and it looks like MALCO will be saving these weapons instantly, as SkinLordz can afford to hunt, and most likely Husky will begin the hunt any second now.
And you can see if now MALCO, they save those 2 weapons, if they decide to force up, then and if they lose, that round is going to be 14-14, and at that stage it's
anyone's game.
Exactly. Well, let's see if that's going to happen, as we did see the Captain with the op. Will he retrieve it? In the end there is the op and T-ramp, so they probably will take it, as Captain did have a lucky shot there with the op in the middle.
Yeah, he's going to be saving the AVP, as obviously that also is something that they definitely need, and finally landing those AVP shots. As you can see, actually Preldin not being as impactful in this map as we've seen him before, so not entirely sure if he feels fully comfortable here, as MALCO now will be forcing up, gathering whatever weapons they can, and heading 2 players towards jungle.
And you can see the SkinLordz, they've decided to go towards A side. A fast play, but there are 3 players on A, as Rafa has taken already down Displex. So this will be a bit difficult one, as Viskas taken down 1, but his position is known, as with 27 HP. He has to get out, but the Molotov kind of messes him up. He can't move to anywhere. It's going to be now 2-on-3. Irix is Warden, 2 players left, as now Warden is going to go up. He's going to see the player's going to find Laney. It's going to be 2-on-2. There is from CT. Warden getting pushed, but Warden with 1 more kill. And only Husky remaining. 1v2, and Irix already tagging the player up. He's going to go for the kill, but Warden, perfect timing. 4 kills, and the 15th round for MALCO.
Wow, was that a devastating hole from Warden there. Yes. He just instantly soloed them, basically, on A site, and this is what I was hoping to see.
With 3 ops on T side for SkinLordz. Was that what you were hoping to see?
Not really, but desperate times call for desperate measures, I'd say. So they're going to be looking towards A here and see if they can find any kills, but will be smoked off and will be taking extreme nade damage as Captain will be dropped down to 8 HP. Does he decide to peek this, and will he spot the player if Viskas gives him the opportunity?
Well, let's see if that's going to be the case here. It's going to be one more time push towards the A site more or so. Figley is ready to rotate from jungle. Now the smokes come through. Molotov even towards Palace. From Irix, it's going to be pretty tough for SkinLordz to do anything. And I believe Viskas just did hear the player run away. So Irix has found already player towards middle. What an awareness on this guy. And I like the position from Viskas. We don't see this one too often anymore.
Yeah, and Viskas could do potentially a lot of damage here. As you can see, the nades are coming out, and it will be checked. Raw will take him out of the game now as the A site push commences, and Warden on a fast rotation, seeing if he can find anyone here, as Raw will find Irix, and Figley will tag down Laney, but Raw just doing insane amounts of work for his team right now. And let's see if Warden can bring this one back for his team yet again.
Now with the option, see the player towards under the wood with the grenade. He could potentially take him down, but Rav, okay, he missed the grenade. And now with the Molotov, nobody will be pushed out. Maybe Rav at the last second will run out if the Molotov expands. But he won't. His position is really great, and Captain with the op even looking to backstab Warden if Warden decides to save this one.
Yeah, no real options for Warden to save it. I feel like wherever he goes, he's going to eventually lose his life, and he cannot find an entry. So SkinLordz playing the smart game here, as we'll find and take down Preloden here, and still on a 1 versus 2 situation, but Raw will eventually close out.
And get the ace.
And get the ace on top of it. So now 14-15, we are approaching that overtime situation.
It feels like it should be the case here, because you can see MALCO, they don't have too many utility or weapons to be bought for them to buy. So I'm expecting a fast play, maybe towards middle, to surprise the players.
Ideally, you would like to do something to catch them off guard, as obviously you need to get up and close with those CZs. Once again, Preloden heading towards B apartments here. Will spot the player out, does manage to land the first shot, didn't really expect the second player to be there. Husky will find Figley, and now it's already only 3 players remaining for MALCO in this round.
Oh my god, Preloden gets the headshot onto Displex.
Was that a backpedal headshot?
It feels like it. It feels like it. That's going to be 2 against 5.
And we are likely to see overtime here, as Laney will find Viskas here, and now only Irix remaining will dispose of Laney, but his position is known, and still, well, Irix needs to ace this one in order to win it.
Well, that's possible for Rav. Let's see if he can do it, but no, the grenade will kill him off, and 15-15 as we're going to head into the overtime between those two teams. It looked really close towards the end as well as the big beginning. The middle was more or so towards MALCO's side, I want to say.
Yeah, so I feel like MALCO, unfortunately, off the back of an unlucky round, they had lost composure over their economy and lost pretty much so far only because of it. I would say
maybe that force where when they had that one up, I believe, and they forced up. Or
yeah, that force most likely was something they shouldn't have been doing, as it didn't bring them too much fruit. As you can see, the terrorist players, that is SkinLordz, will be heading towards middle once again, as also there are 2 players position in B apartments, and Warden just doing an insane amount of work here. Once again, finding Preloden, as Raw will find Viskas, and it is a 4 versus 4 situation, and Warden being currently passive, making sure nobody's going to be pushing him in short.
As there are going to be 3 players towards middle, and Laney with the op. Weirdly enough, not Preloden, not Captain, so they put the op in his hands. It looks like more or so it's going to be middle take, and Warden here almost getting shot through the wall or through the smoke, as Displex has found Husky, and now the rotation from SkinLordz will begin as they're going to head towards T-ramp rather than pushing from middle.
Yeah, and it's all going to come down on how Displex and Figley hold this A site, and will they be expecting an AVP still to be in play, as now Laney checking every corner here, making sure nobody has pushed up close. They are theoretically losing this numbers game here if they decide to push all together, so they ideally would like to find an entry if they can, and that's why Laney is leading the way with the AVP.
So let's see if he can find right as the smoke fades. Will he find Figley there? Let's see with the AWP. Can he get the player jumping up and down? As he just spotted him. Did Figley spot enough to not jump anymore? So almost Laney gets the shot through the wall there, but the players will be ready. Figley even getting back. This was getting a bit closer. Spots the player in Palace, but now his position is given away, but he's still going to get Captain. There's going to be only Rav and Laney remaining. They're going to move into the side, but you can see 2 players from Connector, 2 players from CT. MALCO, they're going to clean up SkinLordz. 4 players left alive for them, convincing CT hold here in overtime.
And so far, great news for MALCO. Hopefully they keep this up. I really would like to see them winning this one too. Oh, because it would be a very well-deserved victory. And obviously SkinLordz now looking slightly shaky.
Okay, so let's see. As now SkinLordz are looking one more time to get that fast entry towards this time A site. As CTs are focusing more so towards middle. And here Displays did not spot anyone coming through, so Lenny could have a free kills here if he moves in middle unbeknownst.
But so far just nades being traded as the smokes are going to be heading through towards A. Prelden already outspots the player in CT. Will find Irix here and also sees Displex dropping down, but Captain will take his life as they have taken control over A site at the moment.
So let's see, Viscus, can he shut down the players who were trying to peek in towards jungle? As it's still going to be here. Captain looking for the kills. He can't find it. As we can see, Warden and Figley, still 2 players left alive, and they're going to get the kills. Only Husky remaining, and he's playing from the palace. And why is he running away?
And Warden has Molotovs here, so he's hoping to switch positions and peek from A slope as Figley is actually holding.
No
Warden
way.
should realize it's an A slope play.
But the bomb will be defused. Husky, it was a good plan. He actually gets them both. So lucky for him. So lucky.
XDs in the chat from both teams coming out, as obviously both realized that it was a quite humorous situation there. Regardless though, MALCO sneak away once again with the round just under the nose of SkinLordz, and really looking great so far on their CT side.
They definitely are. And if they get one more round here, they only need one more towards T side, and we remember how T side went for them.
Yeah, so their T side seems to be a devastating force and definitely something to be reckoned with. And so far, Warden peeking into B apartments doesn't find any players just yet. And he's just gathering information for his team as he's slowly creeping further, and Prelden is just waiting for it.
He knows what's up. He knows what could happen here. He's going to move out, and Prelden with an instant headshot. And now Viscus from the ladder room as well as from the jungle. They're going to come towards middle, and instantly Viscus is going to find Husky. Get back in safe position as there's going to be one player in the side, but Prelden, he's going to go down. That leaves only 3 terrorist players alive. And now Rav solo moving in. They almost all rotated away, and I believe Irix just here, the players dropped down. He's going to wait for the perfect timing to get the players, as I believe Irix did not give the information to Figley, and Figley gets killed off.
Raw understands the information, understands the footsteps, and that it is going to be A apartments here, and Irix can do a lot of work here, being in the position that he is currently. He hears the bomb plant.
Can he deny it? Is that the plan that he's going to now take down Laney, and only Rav will remain. So very quickly, Displex as well got the kill, as now the Molotov will come through. They can still play around, the grenade coming through as well, but Displex through the smoke.
Denies him. And MALCO gathering their 3rd round in this overtime here. So unfortunate news for SkinLordz. They did have opportunities to take out them, like, well, essentially every single round, because they were extremely close. And now swapping sides, MALCO, I believe, if I'm correct, just need 1 round to close this overtime. And let's see if we can see that happening, as we did see early on that they were very convincing on their T sides. And I'm just curious to see how many AVPs or SkinLordz going to be bringing out. There is definitely one on Captain here, and does Laney decide to pick one up as well?
He's going to go for up as well. Well, let's see, MALCO, what's going to be their plan. They're going to push 3 players towards middle and B site. That's going to be Aris looking for the openings as the lurker, just trying to take off the attention from anything else happening around the map, putting pressure on B. As we can see, still 3 players from SkinLordz are focusing towards middle.
Yeah, they're just holding for any sort of pushes at the moment and seeing if they can find any free kills. There's obviously a lot of positions being smoked off. Laney was also flashed towards B, so SkinLordz is not entirely sure of what is currently happening from MALCO, as they do seem to be gathering up, and most likely Irix will make a lot of noise here just before they will be entering A site, as he runs into the op. He decides to take out the Molotov, unfortunately, in the wrongest of timings, as Laney peeking down with the AVP is obviously giving information. There are no subsequential MALCO players there. And
he wanted to drop in, and Figley gets the kill. Very unfortunate movement there by Rob, but Captain at least has found the kill back. So now 4v3 situation, as MALCO are now looking to plant a bomb and quite potentially close in the round. But you can see already Prelden has gotten towards CT. Should be checked constantly, and he at least knows where the players are. But the players' positions, 2 in sight and 1 towards Tetris. This could be really bad for MALCO.
They're not paying that much attention towards the CT as the double peak comes in, and both Displex and Whiskas will be dropped, and Warden will be eventually taken out. A solid retake from SkinLordz, not losing any players, not losing any of these AVPs, and coming into the next round strong. Economy-wise, of course, they did start off on 16K, but double AVPs always are a costly round for their team, especially in overtime. So it's something that you need to justify, and they definitely did by winning this one.
They did, and we can see if you check the scoreboard, Rob with 32 kills as well as Warden with 30. So these players have pulled the ropes to make sure that their team wins this match. As we can see, one more time, it's going to be an A push coming in from MALCO. And there will be 3 CT players ready. And I like SkinLordz what they're doing. They're trying to take control of middle, not allowing players to move too freely. As Warden spots Propelled them with an instant shutdown. SkinLordz looking really good already in this round. As Rav is now waiting for the push, getting the players to rotate. And they're slowly moving in. Will Captain find anything here as the players are pushing forward? But Visca still finds the kill. And he tags up 3 kills! 3 kills already as he moved inside. And now only Husky and Laney will remain. And their position should be known. And instantly Husky's going to find one. He's going to leave 2-on-3 situation now.
And the nade doing... Actually, I thought the nade is going to get Husky there, but only leaves him with 15 HP. Excuse me, 19 that is. And now Husky only remains as Laney will be taken out by Displex there. And I feel like this should be it. Yep, the game's over. It's 19-16.
What a round to take it. What a round to take it. And this gives MALCO, in the end, 5 points. SkinLordz only 1, and that puts them 27 points in the league, in the standings.
What about the round difference? I believe there was... I think MALCO actually had a smaller round difference than SkinLordz before.
It could be the case. Yes, MALCO had the negative round difference and SkinLordz had the plus round difference.
Okay.
So their instinct, still week 9 will determine so much here. But for now, we're going to head into small break, and when we come back, the matchup between Team Supply and Not Like This.